Hello there, fellow summoners. Mad Dog HT here, and we are in week 1, trying to get caught up on Alliance War. We have Unstoppable Armor as the tactic. Here's a little quick preview of the fights that I'm going to take. 5 fights this war. We're up against GD Groudon. We've never faced these guys before. And here's their defense that we were put up against. And yeah, we're just gonna try to hammer this out. As far as my contribution, I actually do not have any fights in section 1. We just ended up deciding that I would help taxi energy, and we'll show you how and a little bit why we did that. So our bans were Doom, Torch, and Hercules for this war. And I'm taxing Mirage Turtle up path 2, and he's using Quake for both this Green Goblin and the Man Thing, and then he's going to use a Captain Marvel movie for that Diamond Girl. I can't even think of her name right now, it's kind of late. Emma Frost. So I'm just taxing him so that he can use his energy and go through the middle section in section 2. So he's doing a lot of Quake, and I could have used Thing on the Green Goblin. I could have used Thing on Emma. I could have used Thing on Man Thing, but we just felt like it was just going to be a lot safer with Quake. And Mirage Turtle, he is an excellent Quake player, and I have no objections to sharing the fights and the load and whatnot. So yeah, no, he did a great job, went through there. And so my first fight is in section 2 on the left side, the node 24. It's got the EMP modification, aspect of evolution, burden of might, and bubble shield. And we're gonna go in, this is a rank 4 kitty. We're gonna go in with Nebula. We have a power start 1 boost, and we're just going to be holding block and make sure we do not try to dex before we get off this special 2. And we're going to block bait her heavies and hold our block, get some hits in. You can see I've already crit a couple times, so every time I crit it gives her charges, and I am close to I was not ready for that phase because I thought she would have emptied it, but I guess she emptied it and got rid of her prowess right when she phased in. I don't know how that works, but I did land the parry, did land a pretty decent L2 with a bunch of shocks, and then we just finish her off. So it didn't necessarily go as planned, but I was able to get off a big L2 and take out that kitty, which was really nice. Then next up, we're going to go up path 1, and this is node 30, Vigor Outlast. Nothing too crazy here. I don't know, I usually somehow my paths always seem to have like an iHulk on it recently. And you know, we're still boosted. We still have that same power start 1 boost. So we're just going to be holding block. We're going to take, you know, a little bit of chip damage, but it's nothing too crazy. We're going to build up some shock charges, get ourselves up to special 2, and try to get off a big special 2. There we go, we got 20 shock charges. We're gonna parry, kind of stall a little bit, slow play on the combo, and boom. But it is not, I don't have suicides on, and you know, I have a 20% attack health and attack boost, 15% attack boost, and that was not enough to take out this iHulk in one shot, which was unfortunate. So we're just gonna reset and basically do it again. So kind of unfortunate, took a lot longer than I was hoping that it would. And here I throw off a special 1 thinking, oh, maybe I'll get enough damage. No, shouldn't have done that. And I'm just like, all right, I'm not going to out damage this guy quick enough with just basic hits. I need another big special too, so we're just holding block. It's going to cost me basically another health potion, which isn't that big of a deal. And I think we just build up to a special 2 here, and we have 10 or 11, yeah, 11 charges, double them up, and that is enough. He was under 15 gamma, so he did not regen, which was really nice. We didn't have to go through his immortality. And yeah, we move on to the next fight, which is a Miles Morales. This was quite an odd placement, I thought. I suppose if you're going to use champs that do damage through specials and stuff, and you don't have a falter, it's going to be problematic, but we're going to use Thing. Thing's a great counter for this node in general. Buffet and Indomitable. Thing's immune to Buffet, so can't heal. And I put on just a regen boost, simply because I have a lot of those and I generally don't use them, and so any chip damage that I might take at the beginning of the fight, hoping just, you know, kind of stay around 100% or close to it. And my whole game plan here is to just build up my rock stacks. You know, I don't have Human Torch or anything on the team, so I have to build them up naturally with, you know, parry, and then letting that 20 rock stack timer expire before I can bank 5 of the Furies. And you can see that I'm just, you know, I'm still parrying within those combos, and it's too quick to where I can bank them. So here we are going to throw a special 3. I do have Science Boost on. He will come out of this special 3 invisible, but that's no big deal. I can dance around, I can parry, and not really have to worry about anything. Keeps missing, nothing lands. Well, he's got his camo up, no problem, because I was unblockable coming out of that special 3. And yeah, we're just gonna go one more round. I think we don't even get back up to a special 3, and the damage from now, having a few more Furies built up, we just smash them over. And yeah, pretty simple fight, minute and a half, not too long. And yeah, we're gonna move on to the next one, which is a Nimrod. So this does have the global unstoppable armor. We're gonna swap out the regen boost for a Power Star 1 boost. Again, we have the Science boost on, and my whole game plan here is to try to get to a special 2 following the strike counter, you know, getting at least 1 heavy and then using up 4 lights and 3 mediums, and launch it off, preferably in Titan, because if I do, then I won't get a power drained from Nimrod's abilities. So here I'm just kind of waiting it out, hoping that I can get enough damage to get some power back. You can see when he switches modes or gets those armor ups from the global that he can get those unstoppables there. He triggered the mode switch mid special, and he gets an armor up when he does that, and he got unstoppable, and I didn't get enough damage. So pretty much I'm gonna be able to get one more special off. He's in eradicate mode, so that's fully unblockable special because this guy is awakened. And we're in the corner, and I'm like, when I was doing this fight, I was like, this is not a good place to be in. We now have suppressions. I get off a late special. Luckily it was unblockable. I had enough rock stacks to make it unblockable, and the last part of it hits, and totally just eat that special 1. You know, when he throws those special 1s, he gets that energize buff up, and that can kind of make him a little bit annoying. He can definitely make you lose a lot of ground because he's going to be throwing a lot of specials. But that's okay. The one thing is great about this fight is, 1, he counters the Chitinous Thorns. He cannot be bled. He cannot trigger the regen from Buffet because he's Nullify immune, and he's just a tank. So all I have to do is kill Nimrod, take off his health one time. I don't have to worry about him healing or anything like that. And we're cornered. He's got that energize, so here we go. Dex. I think I got hit on one of those, but not much damage. Then one nice thing about Thing against Nimrod is he's shock immune, so you know, it's hard for Nimrod to kill a Thing, just because a lot of his damage is due to energy damage from the shocks. And you can see here, we've just been smashing away. We got out of that corner, and boom, we get him down. So not the cleanest fight, not the quickest one. I've done better. Took about 3 minutes almost, but we got it down, and still fairly healthy. But that was the last fight for Thing. Just 2 fights for him this war. And my last fight, this is the 5th fight of the war. We're gonna stroll up to this Domino, and this has Recovery, Safeguard, Indomitable. So we're gonna put a heal in Nebula. Gonna put back on our boosts. Put on a tech boost to hopefully amplify. I'm not 100% certain on this. If the 12% tech boost amplifies the shock damage from Nebula, like when she connects and doubles it up. I'm not certain on that. If you happen to know that, let me know. But I was figured, I'm like, yeah, I don't use the tech boost a lot, and I had them. And Domino is a pain in the butt, so why not? And you can see when I took the crit fail damage, that was building up my shock charges. I didn't realize that was the case. I did several duels, but I guess I maybe just didn't notice that. So I am at 20, so I just need to get up to a special one. We get to the special 2, and we're gonna try to empty her power so she's got low power and make sure that she is not lucky and I am not unlucky. And we're gonna land a parry and go straight into the L2. We didn't get all of the shocks transferred just because Domino's Domino. So instead of 40, we got 26 total when it doubled up. I'll take it. Took off a huge chunk of damage, and we're just gonna basically do that again. Hold block, build up those shock charges, and I think once I get to this special 2, I'm just gonna parry and lock her down. Yeah, so we had like 11, we got 7, doubled up to 13, not a full 14, but she goes down, and we get it solos for all of our fights. Did our assignment cleanly, and yeah, so now I'm going to showcase our boss takedown. So in the first war we had a SuperSkrull on the boss node, and the second war we had SuperSkrull on the boss node, and we gave this assignment to Vasq, and Vasq he has a rank 3 sorcerer, really loves her, and he had basically said, hey, you know, if you ever need a sorcerer fight done, I'll be happy to take it. And even though we haven't really assigned him many sorcerer fights in the past, so we're like, yeah. So second war came up, and we called him up and said, yeah, we need you, have you take out this boss. Because in the first war we had Alan do it for us, and that was like his first time really using sorcerer in war. So we figured, you know, he did a fine job, and we're like, well, let's give Vasq the opportunity, and it just kind of fit the plan. We don't really ever have like a set boss killer. I feel pretty confident in everybody in our battle group if they're given the assignment that they can take it out with the right champ. And so the one thing with Vasq is he was not countering and closing in on that spacing on the special 1, so that did really slow down the gameplay here, and you're gonna see this fight goes very long. He was, you know, when we asked him about, like, you know, how he thought it went and everything, he's like, well, it was slow, I was playing pretty passive, but he does have max Mystic Dispersion, which definitely helps. And so you can see here, we're 2 minutes into the fight, and he's only got a quarter. He's only taken out a quarter of the SuperSkrull. Took a bunch of damage on that special 2 into the block, but you're going to see by the end of the fight, he's going to be pretty healthy. And yeah, he threw off the special 3 when the Icon Ingenuity, the purple power gain phase is up, so that banked the slow rune, or the rune that triggers the slow on specials. So every special he's going to throw is going to have that slow, which is going to bypass the global basically. And because he's got max MD, he's going to be throwing off a lot of specials, and those special 3s do a lot of damage. I know, like, the more runes you have stored up, the more damage you do. And yeah, so here we go, another special 3, and he's at 46%. I apologize about the video quality. This is just transferred through line, and you know, the line compresses the video, so it's not like the true like 1080p quality. But yeah, that one only did 5%, 46 to 41%. And the only thing I think I would have done, we talked about doing differently, is make sure you throw some special ones so that you can keep the aura of nullification up to nullify a lot of those resistant buffs and all of the armor ups and furies that he's getting that will trigger your, you know, Mystic Dispersion, and then try to get off specials in the fury phase, so you can get those armor breaks and get a lot of damage. This one's going to go from 38 to 27, and that did have the fury up, throws the special 1, and then here he blocks that special 2, gets a lot of regen up from it. But you can see the clock. 1 minute left, and he's got 25%. So the one bad thing with max MD is sometimes, you know, with all the buffs and stuff getting nullified or falling off or whatever, sometimes it kind of throws you out of like the rotation that you would ideally want to throw. And Sorcerer's special 3 animation is definitely pretty long. So if you're just throwing those, you're gonna have, you know, a lot of clock eaten up. And here we got 8% left, 25 seconds on the clock, and slow is gone now. So he throws a special 3, and check this out, 9%. He's got decent boost on, and luckily this is just enough, and then boom, you can see that timer, it went gray. He basically used the whole 5-minute timer to get the solo. Our battle group did awesome. We had 1 death. We had nine kills in our battle group. On defender wise, we did end up winning this war 23-9. Kind of got ugly, but we died 1 time in our battle group. Our battle group is doing great. We died once in the first war, once in the second war. We're on a roll. We won. Good job to Grudon, GD. They put up a decent fight. It seemed like they kind of gave up at the end once they kind of saw that it was lost. As far as my war went, I had 5 fights, 5 kills, no deaths. 12 fights on the season, 12 kills, no deaths. We don't know our ranking, but we're 1-1, so we should be in Masters if we were to see a leaderboard right now. But we're doing well. We kind of got back off of that terrible loss that we had at the beginning. Here's the items that I used for this war: a couple health potions, a couple set of boosts, and you see my total at the bottom. I'm just gonna keep adding up this and see kind of what I spend, kind of give an idea of what I use in a season. Should be interesting. And then here's my little attacker defender war collage. Had 3 fights with Nebula, added 2 more fights with Thing, and fought my second Nimrod of the season, back-to-back wars. And yeah, a rank 4 kitty, that was kind of fun. But yeah, the war went well. Hope your war season's going well as well, and I kind of do like this unstoppable armor tactic. It's very interesting. We're throwing in a lot of matchups that we probably normally wouldn't use, and I do like the bans to kind of make sure that every war is kind of different and mixed up, and we're seeing a variety of different type of 3 champ bans throughout the season. And yeah, I'm gonna try to get caught up on the rest of my war videos this weekend. But thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed. Hoped some of these videos helped give you an idea of how to take down some matchups if you happen to see them. And thanks, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.